to this part. I don't care how much you dance, you want to dance. We have been dancing for the last 45 years of our life. Celestial Church is 74 years. You're still, she's 17, remember. We have been dancing for the last 74 years. And watch it, generation upon generation, 30 years upon 30 years. It started from transmission, Monday Odiye. It came to Jola Pamo. It came to Joro. It came to Pius. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Perhaps you'll find the Ogure means, you'll find the this, you'll find the that. When are we going to break that jinx? And have real billionaires that were cultivated in the church because you taught them the right things to do. But you're still poor. Some of you, if they enter your bathroom, what I believe about you have stacks of soap. Okay, you live for Monday, you live for Tuesday. When you do my land, you perfume my party. Oh, I bet. Yeah, you know it's there, but you don't know the basic things of how to generate money. What tribe? I've not started, and I hope I can still do 20 minutes. What tribe is the richest tribe in the world? Can anybody tell me? Let's not waste time. You don't even know. The Jews. Am I know if you have traveled out before? UK, America, Dubai. Okay, do you see them? They wear their black suits. They have beards. They are stupidly rich. They control more than half of the world's wealth. The same Jesus you worship, same Jesus that you are worshiping. How do they describe in the Bible? They say King of the Jews. Apart from covenants, they also have the common sense. They know the basic knowledge of making money. Can you please show my first slide? I want to show you something. You sit in this church every day with somebody like Ojaronke Ogunremi, and you approach her as a young person, week in, week out, year in, year out. What do you ask her? Mommy, I'm going to school. Mommy, I'm to school. Mommy, I'm going to and you are talking to a woman that is a food and beverage specialist, is an hospitality specialist. That kind of woman you can approach and say, I want to set up a bakery. She would connect to what you are doing because she has already worked in hospitality before. Hallelujah. Now, let me show you this. Go back to that slide, please. This company is called Small Chops NG in Lagos. It was started by a young Igbo guy. They've made 100 million naira over the last 6-7 years selling small chops. You look at the guy that is selling small chops in Puto as a riffraff. You work in the bank. You wake up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Your salary is 80,000. The guy that sells Indomie in front of your house, you look at him like a riffraff. What then tapali Indomie men in a day? You work for Ogun State government, your salary is 100,000. And you come to church and you be like this. You disturb parochial committee, you disturb the choir. You are a civil servant. You die poor. Please go back to the page 2 of that slide. The page 2. Now look at these 4 people I want to show you. The guy above called Marcus Vilik, that white guy, is a 19-year-old guy from Estonia that started Bolt. That's the Bolt that you write to church. That's the guy that started it. He's 26 or 27 now. He's the global CEO of Bolt. He wrote Bolt's program when he was 19. He wrote that program when he was 19. The guy under is Shola Kinade. That's the founder of what? Paystack. Right? That's the guy that owns Sporting Lagos Football Club. These kind of guys, they will not come to Sele because they look at us like a church of riffraffs. They look at us like a church of poor people. Hallelujah. They have a higher level of learning. One thing we have, spiritual, our learning, nobody's arguing with us. But the average celestial youth is supposed to thrive on the existence of 3 things. The power of your mind, the power of your heart, the power of your spirit. the intelligence of your mind, your heart and your spirit. But I bet you, more than 90% of celestial youth have only two. It's either you have heart and spirit, you don't have mind. Or you have mind and spirit, you don't have heart. But if you have the three, you are on your pathway to prosperity. Hallelujah. The lady at the top, to the right, my very, very good friend, please. That's Diola Okeshola. She's the CEO of a company called 2706 Events. Ladies, go and look at her on Instagram. That's the girl that made 170 million naira in 2018 doing events. She was the one that did the burial of Shubu Balogun. She was the one that did the burial of General Oladipo Dia and many other big events. Investment banker turned event coordinator. You also do events. But your event that you do, you even know anything about events. The guy lower, that's the founder of Small Chops of NG, the same company I told you that has made 100 million naira over the last 7 years selling small chops. If you own a business in this place, registered business, you pay salary to yourself, you employ at least one person, stand up. You're still, are you watching? If you own a business in this place, registered, you pay yourself salary, you pay at least one person's salary, please stand up. Shepherd, can you see IBARA Youth? Alright. So when you pray, the application of prayer is on top of nothing. You have done your part, but they have nothing to impact it on top of. Please sit down. Now, let's go to the next one, the main slide. I'll rush it, I'll try and rush it. Let's have a practical class. If I move from Lagos and I want to live in Abeokuta, and I'm asking myself, what do I do when I'm going to Abeokuta? I'm a tech person. So the first thing that comes to my head, any environment I find myself, is technology. Because it's the future. It's now, not even the future. It's now. If you go to the new GTB app, perhaps Celestial Church is the only church that is not on that app. TMF app, go and check, you will see churches. The new GTB app. Go and check. The new GTB bank app. You see churches, redeemed. You saw already there. Celestial Church is not there. And you're already a church of millions of people in Nigeria. You go to Imeko, you see crowd. But we don't convert our crowd into prosperity. Because we are not serious people. Like I said, when I finish, you may not like me. I'm very sorry. But coordinator, if next year you have doubled or tripled these numbers, to say you have 25 successful entrepreneurs in Ibarra, and year on year you grow it by 30%, and say to yourself, in 4 years we want to grow 100 businessmen, you would have succeeded as a coordinator. And posterity will remember you. You have done enough music nights. They have danced. They have pretty much danced with their lives away. After the dancing and the glamour, you go back to your house and you are still poor. It's not a course. If I tell anybody here today that in 2 minutes, there's something called an elevator pitch. Please go to I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting. Elevator pitch. Like you meet me in an elevator and in 2 minutes, you have to sell something to me. What will you sell to me? I have 1 million naira to give you. What can you sell to me? Can I make it interactive? Alright, I'll come to you. Let me quickly rush this. Slide 2, please. Slide 2. So, before you even raise capital, you must have something called a pitch deck or a concept note. A concept note is a one-pager. Now, 50% or perhaps about 70% of businessmen or investors out there are lazy. They will not read your proposal. If it's not a project, they want interest in knowing, they will not read it. So if I give you a concept note, a one-pager concept note, I wish I could show you one, but it's in my laptop, I didn't bring it out. In one glance, you can understand the business. In one glance, one concept note. But most times they ask you for a pitch deck. A pitch deck can be anything between 4 pages to as high as 20 pages. It depends on the complexity of what they're trying to present. Now let's go forward. A pitch deck is the storytelling of your idea. Many of you have ideas, but the problem is, after idea, this is my idea, what's the next move? After that, what is the next move? How do I even find the right type of people to invest in my business? Or rather, my idea. Every successful business started as an idea. Every successful business. If you are still joking with technology, you know when the choir, when they record an album, they might go so the kiniba, they might dash up a boo, they might have one by one. Abi, Apex Choir has made close to $20,000 from Ebenezer using YouTube. Currently, they are about 5.7, 5.6 million. Ebenezer original plus the studio video, and YouTube has paid them for it. Oh, enough the new one. They are launching it tomorrow. In Celestial Church of Christ today, they are the hottest choir. Because they were just slightly more intelligent than every other choir out there. We are not in the era of physical copies anymore. I'm not talking about music business. That's another conversation. Let's go back to this. So please go to the next slide. I'll try and rush it. Number one, what is the problem that you are trying to solve? Or what is the opportunity that you see? I was saying something about if I move to Abeokuta and I look at Abeokuta need me to understand the different dynamics. The market that I want starts from before the governor's office. Omatoni housing, what will be, Wasi, Oluwu. That's the market that I need. I know Ilamowura lives in Itoko. I have nothing to sell to Itoko people. Anybody from Itoko, I apologize. But you're not in my wavelength. So I will start something called buyegba.com, a website, simple website, a marketplace. So buyegba.com means what? You are looking for a hotel in Abeokuta, go to Buyegba, you'll find it. You are looking for a restaurant in Abeokuta, go to Buyegba, you'll find it. You are looking for somebody who wants to sell a phone, phone. Anything that is basically going to make people interact, exchange value in Abeokuta, I will put it on that website. Job listing. So I will make sure that the first 5, 6, 7, 8 consumer needs in Abeokuta are on that website. Go to buyegba.com, you see job listings. Ofeta phone local, go to Buyegba. It's an idea. It doesn't exist. Am I making sense to you? You are looking for somebody to employ, a cleaner, a chef, a nanny, teacher, you see it. You want to rent an apartment, you see it. You want to book a hotel, you will see it. It took Omar about 45 minutes to find a hotel for me today. So let's go back to that slide, let me quickly rush it. What problem are you solving or what opportunity do you see? The opportunity I see is that Abeokuta is not fully digitized yet. So I can thrive. I'm not looking for everybody. I need 1,000 people to start. You want to book taxi? You want to book Okada? Your basic things that I will make sure that I will research what are the 10 things you need in Abeokuta. I will list them on that website. I'll come to programs like this. I'll share my flyer. I'll do giveaway. Youths, they like giveaway. Number 2, what is the product? I just described it. What is the unique selling point? It is a social marketplace where value is exchanged in Abeokuta. It could be any other thing. I could start a bakery. I could start a street food business. And the first one is I will put a small kiosk 4x4 in front of Ibara on the other side on Sundays. I will do pasta, I'll do jollof rice, I'll do moi moi, I'll do this, I'll do that. 700 naira, I can give you a meal of a bowl of food. Ibara has about 1,000 members. If I get 50 people to buy for me today, the food is good. 70 will buy for me next week Sunday. Like that, like that, like that, like that. You will laugh at me, but in 3 years, I'll be your harvest chairman and I'll blow your mind. Because I'm thinking differently from you. You are waiting for employment. The world is in trouble right now. So you're going to spend a lot of time. Did you see that guy that bought his certificate? Did you see it online? He graduated 13 years ago. 13 years ago. 13 years ago. So we are in a troubled world. So start thinking differently. Go back to that slide, please. I've described the idea. I've described the model. So what is going to be the model? B2C. B2C is what? Business to consumer or business to business, D2C, marketplace, whatever it is you want to make it. And what is your target market? I described my target market. the lower middle class, upper middle class in Abeokuta, the working class people, the young people. I'm not looking for everybody. I'm looking for only 1,000 people. I'm not rushing. 10 customers every day. I'll build it up. And in 2 years, I will shake the governor one-on-one without any political affiliation. Because I would have built a business that they will tell him that there's one boy that is coming this back. It's rocket science. It works. It's not rocket science. It works. Next slide. You have to communicate your knowledge of your target market. So I want to start a bakery in Abeokuta. Do people eat bread in Abeokuta? I have to do research. What type of bread do they eat? What is the age demography? Sweet bread, unsweet bread, this one, that. So I have to be able to tell my investor my knowledge of my market. I want to start a production company in Abeokuta, a film company in Abeokuta. I have to show that, okay, so Abeokuta man film. Is there a market for film in Abeokuta? Or perhaps, if I make films with low budget and I take it on YouTube, I will make money. I have to understand how those things work. Please, can you leave this presentation? I'm working with it. Your sales channel, is it going to be organic? Organic means that I'm not doing any form of paid advertising. I come to church, I share flyers, I meet people one-on-one, I join youth WhatsApp group, I join choir WhatsApp group. When your CEO is saying, come for practice, me, I'm promoting my business. Come for practice, I promote my business. I'm using what I have, the space that I occupy to promote what I have. Or I can decide to make it paid. That means I'm paying OGBC, I'm paying Paramount FM, I'm paying whatever it is. I'm paying to promote it. Or I do digital, I do Facebook ads, I do Instagram ads, I do Google ads, I do whatever ads. Traditional means I'm doing things like I'm pasting flyers. I'm doing radio ads, traditional things. Financial projection, what is it going to cost me to set up that business? What is the revenue that I'm looking at? What is my pathway to profitability? If I start a bakery in Abeokuta, or if I start a crèche in Abeokuta, and I place the crèche very close to the governor's office for civil servants, how long will I take to break even? What is my pathway to profitability? What is my cost? What is my this? What is the growth plan? I start from 1. How do I get it to 3? We don't have time, so I'm rushing. Then what is the SWOT analysis? What is the SWOT analysis? What is the strength of the idea that I have? For somebody like Yomife, you sell shades. Shades is not Koshemani. It's a fantastic idea, but shades is not Koshemani. People will buy more shades when Ibara's harvest is coming. People will buy more shades between June and December. Ibara, Ijaye, Itoko, After December, when you come to January, you will not buy shades again. Or perhaps if they buy, it will be lower. So you have to do something that is everyday money spinner. Celestial Church of Christ. These ones, those Baba at the top, they don't like to hear it when we tell them. We are the only church that is going to consume candle till we die, and we don't have a candle manufacturing plant. Are we not in trouble? We slaughter thousands of cows between June and December, and we don't have a ranch. Nikawe kọjá omi. Ẹ̀sìn aláboyún omi, ẹ̀sìn parí oṣù omi, ẹ̀sìn Wednesday omi. Dẹ̀ níbi tó ti ń ṣe. There's something wrong with us. When the fathers were fighting, they took us to Makoko. I was there. I was the one that asked them the question. They were presenting 2 billion. 2 billion for Celestial Church. That's not what I came here to talk about. Let's go back to this. Please, go back to the slide. Next one, please. Next one. Then who are you and your team? If I want to start a film in Abeokuta, if I have money, if I'm coming to Abeokuta with money, the first person I want to go and meet is Odunlade. He's the king of film in Abeokuta. Ẹ̀gbọ́n owó wà lọ́nu, but mi ò mọ industry yìí, òun fẹ́ ṣe film. Báwo la ṣe máa ṣe? Do we set up a JV, joint venture? I bring funding, you make it happen, we produce. Tàbá ṣe kàn ó lè wọgbó, a lè ṣe kí tàbá máa ṣe kẹta, a máa recover owó wa padà. If you don't know, you look for people who have competence and join. Don't be afraid of collaboration. Oh, I cannot share my idea. You will die with your idea. It's not a cost. If on your youth group somebody says, oh guys, I'm trying to start a fashion company, I'm looking for tailors, I'm looking for illustrators, you will find amongst yourself. And as you are doing that, what are you doing? You are collaborating, you are empowering yourself, you are creating opportunities amongst yourself. But if you say idea, share, idea. You are creating jobs. And before you know it, you will build a community of young people in Ibara who are well-to-do. The elders will become very afraid of you. I'm not here to talk about the elders, because once you say that, you screen their face. But that's not what we're talking about. Now, what is the status of your business? It is registered. Some investors will not talk to you if your idea is not registered. They will not talk to you if you don't have trademark or even a simple shareholding formula. In this business, okay, I own 60%. You're CEO. Company to finish rent. You are in the music business in Abeokuta. Can we partner? I will give you 25%. I will buy the equipment. But the rent in Abeokuta, the macro instruments. Abidjan Shireta, Lagwajan Shireta, Tamedo Shireta. I will start like that. Because he knows he has 30% of that business. Every day he's thinking about how to make sure that equipment goes out. Shareholding, and we do a one-pager agreement. Then what is the investment you are looking for? If you approach me today and say, MO, I'm looking for an investment of 250,000, I'll ask you for what? For how long? How do you want to spend it? And what is the return on the investment? If you want to start a makeup company and you ask me for 50,000, it's a failed investment that you're seeking. 50,000 cannot start a makeup business. I'm telling you the honest truth. Except you want to do serious labor. Serious labor. Next slide. Now, let's look at a company called Airbnb. They raised $600,000. How did they do it? I'm going to rush this one. Quick. Move, please move. So Airbnb means air, bed, and breakfast. You see that company every day, you don't know what it means. Airbnb is that company that when you travel, you don't want to check into a hotel. You want somewhere that looks like a home. They started luxury apartments. I'm sure there are so many apartments in Abeokuta today. So many empty houses have been converted to luxury apartments. These were the guys that disrupted the global market. They took a chunk of hotel business by ensuring that if you have a 2-bedroom, one go for one year, split to work well. It may look stupid to you, but trust me, for those people, for a country like Qatar, when they hosted the World Cup, the people who gave out their apartments to let out knew how much they made. Instead of having 2 rooms occupied and the 3rd room, they gave out that 1 room and they were collecting $50 a night. And for some people, they got over $4,000 just by leaving that 1 room out. That's the concept of Airbnb. Next slide. So they made sure that they were priced below hotels. Number 2, they told you a story around hotel will give you and there's no easy way. This is the problem that they saw and existed in the market. If you start a skincare business in Abeokuta, what is the problem you want to solve? Are you trying to make people go from dark to light? Are you trying to help people cultivate healthy skin? Are you trying to help people moisturize? Whatever it is, you have to understand that there's a problem that you must be solving. So when you approach that person that is fit for your business, that's how I'm going to close. I'm going to tell you how to look for an investor. Next slide, please. Then the solution. Just most of the things I've talked about, these are how they captured their own. Next slide. Then they did their market validation. So I can tell you that to do buy Abeokuta or buy Egba or whatever, I'm looking at 1,000 middle class people. They work in banks, they work for government, their salary is between 50K and 300K. I'll do those things and I'll tell you that the market value or the market size of my target market is 2 billion or 4 billion a month. Because I have done, my market is 1,000 people and they earn an average of between 50,000 and 300,000. So I can do an average, be 100,000. I do 100,000 times another 1,000. That's already 100 million a year, or a month, and I can times it. So if I'm talking to my investor, I'm already telling you what my market size is like. And I'll tell you that a rating over is just to make 2% of that market share. So you sell okrika in Abeokuta. I'm touching different business concepts. Different business concepts. The okrika you are selling, what is the buying power of the average young person in Abeokuta? In Lagos, they sell okrika jeans for us, anything between 1.5 and as high as 10K. Some, I bought okrika jeans before 25,000. Designer jeans, 25,000. You know that jeans, oh what? Because if you buy the origin, if you buy it brand new, why not be $400 or $300? So you ask yourself, before you go into okrika business in Abeokuta, will the young person in Abeokuta buy jeans for 20,000? You go to where they buy their jeans and go and ask, hey, the normal jeans for 3K, 2.5, 5K. You do. So you bring jeans that is slightly lower than stock. Boys, you understand what I'm talking about? There's a jeans type called stock. Stock, I mean, stock is low quality compared to quality thrift. If you know somebody who knows how to pick jeans okrika that you stock from. Stock is A level. There's AA, triple A, like that in manufacturing. Stock ni 90% of Imara, the man most of them go on time, stock on time. The lifespan is over that 2 years, 3 years. I'm a oil, I'm shine. So you do your research and find out what is the market valuation. How many students do Alegba? How many schools do Alegba? Where school be 8? Each school will need 5,000 people, 5,000 students. So Moshema has me 5,000 times 8. That means I'm exposed to a market of 40,000 students. The average student will spend 3,000, 5,000 buying clothes, maybe every quarter. So I'm doing my mathematics, 5,000 times 40,000. So my market is 200 million every 3 months. So how do I get into Ojeri? How do I get into FUNAP? How do I get into UNAP? How do I get into that? How do I use Instagram? How do I use Facebook? How do I come to nights like this and make really nice cards and share it quietly without anybody knowing? If you buy 2 jeans, I give you 1 t-shirt. You will look like a hustler, but trust me, every billionaire today hustled. Everybody hustled. Next slide. Let's quickly rush it so I'll be done in 5 minutes. So market size, I've just talked about it. Market size. Next one. Next one. So business model, I've talked about it. It's going to be a marketplace, it's going to be this, it's going to be... What's your business model? I've talked about different business models. Next slide. Adopter strategy. How do I want to sell myself? Events, partnership, great. That's what they did. Next slide. Then who are my competitors? If I start thrift in Abeokuta, my competitors are the boutiques. So do I want to be where they are, or I want to be away from them? I have to understand all of those things. Next slide. Then what is my advantage? I will analyze it. I'm cheaper than the average. I can bring it to you. I do giveaways. I do this, I do this, I do that. Next slide. Then my team, I talked about it. Next slide. My financials. You have to understand different things. There's the first level of raising funding for your startup is called angel investment. That one is for your family and your friends, your uncle, your mommy, people that are blood related to you that you can approach. Your CEO, assistant shepherd, this person, that person. After that, you go to something called pre-seed. Once it gets to pre-seed, you are becoming serious. You are talking to people that are not in your circle, people who have money and businessmen. Let's move on. Thank you. But before I drop the microphone, let me take 3 minutes to do this. I need somebody to stand up here. If you have an idea that you can pitch to me in 2 minutes, and let me quickly analyze your idea and see if I can give you money. 3 minutes. Anybody? Anybody? No lady. Are you afraid? Please come forward. Please, can you help us get in the mic? Let's take 1 minute or 2 minutes each and listen to their pitch. Please come to the stage. You have 2 minutes. Present your idea to us and let's see if you can raise money.
In Abeokuta, we have a market. We have market women here. We have various markets here. And despite that, people still complain of food. They complain of foodstuffs and everything. Like tonight, it's still there. So what I feel I can do is that I'll leverage with those people who bring their market products from their various farms and then I'll create a website where people can order their, because in Ogun State we have a lot of them to be civil servants. So I'll create a website where they can order foodstuffs at a very reduced rate. And since I'm getting it directly from the farmers, I believe they will be happy by the time I leverage with them that, okay, I have a market waiting for you. If you can supply so amount of foodstuffs for the month.
Let me act as a devil's advocate. Devil's advocate. How much are you looking for?
I don't understand. Is it okay? Is it the amount I want to make or the amount I'm looking for? The capital.
Let me answer my question again.
Okay.
How much are you looking for?
Okay. I'm looking for $1 million to start.
How will you spend it?
Good. The first thing first, even before the money, I'll first make sure I meet it. I have an old woman that lives in the village. So I'll first visit her. I will talk to her about.
That's not a smart way of answering the question.
Okay.
So my 1 million, how do I spend it? I'll spend 10% on marketing. I will spend 20% on technology. I will spend 10% on office. I will spend 10% on this. I will spend another 50%.
Okay.
Then what is the return on the investment? For how long do you need the money for?
At least the first 3 years, I should be able to make like $2 million.
So what?
$3 million.
Even then, I'm not that money to give you. I say right. So it means your return on investment is 30% per annum for 3 years. For you to go from 1 million to 2 million.
Yes.
Abi prof?
Yes.
Correct. Your ROI is 30% year on year for 3 years. That's 90%. For you to double 1 million to 2 million.
Yes.
Alright. That's all.
Yes, that's all.
There's Jumia in Abeokuta, right?
Yes,
there's Bonga in Abeokuta, right?
But they don't sell food stores.
Who told you they don't sell?
They don't sell food stores.
Who told you that?
Things like
who told you that?
They don't sell vegetables at the
See your customers, they even argue with you. Big businessman, you don't even know your customers. Your customers are telling you that Jumia and they say they don't sell.
What they sell is different from what I will sell.
Where's Jumia manager? Please come, sir. Please come, sir. I'm very sorry, you just give me 3 minutes, I want to. Do you sell groceries in Abeokuta? Sure. He works for Jumia. Do you work for Jumia?
No. That's why I said.
Hold on. He knows that with your 1 million, they will swallow you in 3 hours. They will swallow you. And what you do, they will use you as a guinea pig. You know what a guinea pig is? They will watch you do that your business from afar. If you succeed at it, they will buy you. Or they will bring more money and muscle you out of that market. So instead of that, tell me that you want to source fresh products from the farm, package them and export them. Your serious wife will not order food online. There's no traffic in Abeokuta. She will always go to the market. You are not living in a busy city. But if you have a fine girl at home that can do package a 40-roll, prof will order it even if he has a wife at home. Your CEO will order a pussy from you even if he has a wife at home. Alright. I'll meet you personally. Where's the other lady? Please give me 2 minutes. Come forward. I'm picking holes in your business model. That's what I'm doing. Take the mic. Sell your idea to us.
Hello everyone. My name is Tayo Obayo. My business is actually transportation.
Transportation. Alright.
I have a logistics brand.
Okay.
I still need some money to build a business, although it's already started.
You have a logistics brand. What do you guys do there?
We deliver packages, do grocery shopping and
How much are you looking for?
$2 million.
How are you going to spend the 2 million?
We need like 2 logistics bikes.
Okay, 2 extra bikes. two extra bikes today are market value 1.6 million. Bike is like 800,000, brand new. I mean, you buy box, you brand it, you pay Ogun State government for advertising. Your 2 million is gone. Go on, let me know something, go on.
I've been working on some ways through, I learned Facebook ads and all of that, which
You learned what?
I've learned how to run ads on Instagram.
Okay.
So I believe that in a way cuts the costs of running adverts instead of giving people to help me run it. I can tweet myself. So reduce the
You have to be very confident when you're selling your idea. So now let me put gold in your idea. If I get 2 million from anybody and I want to do logistics, I will not buy bikes. I'll do hire purchase, 4 bikes. I will put 1 bike in the hottest Amala joint in Abeokuta. I will put 1 bike by the guy selling phones by Opic. I will put 1 bike by maybe somebody is selling another thing that they need delivery. Parts, I don't know, things like that. And because I attend Ibara is my first market. Ibara already has 1,000 people that come every Sunday. I will be outside there from 9 to 9:50 sharing my flyers. 9:55 I will come in at Fori Bale. By the time they say they can't call in, they didn't get what it was that. What is it don't mean flyer? The hire purchase, I will buy 1. I'll tell the dealer to give me 1. I want to do this business. I'll get 1 moment to help me sound and take it. So that I can spend that 2 million well on marketing, on this, on that, on this. If I give Odunade 250,000 and say do video for me, or 500 guys like going to alone, or need help me, and you share video. To bá ti ṣe video yẹn ti blow ẹ̀ sí tún dé not àti kìnìún kan. Bí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá lè wà kìnìún kan, what's your name? Taiwo delivery ní kẹ́ máa pè. By because Odunade has put his voice, at least 500 people will quickly know me in Abeokuta. They will test me, they will try me. After that 2 million. Thank you very much.